There we go.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about that, everyone. Technology. Okay, should I start from the beginning, or I don't?
You can just pick it up where you left off.
Okay, so as I was saying, I was giving some brief highlights of the salary survey. We hadn't done one since 1990, and I felt like we have 4 new council members. It makes sense to share some details about this. We completed the non-union and elected officials salary study in 2017 and all 3 unions as of 2018. And as of January 1st of this current year, all non-union market adjustments for positions that were identified as below market were implemented. We did that over 3 years. Council members and the mayor deferred adjustments until 2020 following the 2019 general elections. And then data from the union study has been shared with all 3 unions and used to advise negotiations. Our budget includes the following increases to base pay, and the mayor said some of this already, but I will highlight that as well. So for 2021, we request a 2% increase for non-union employees and elected officials. Contractual increases for AFSCME are at 2.5%, and our police officers at 2.8%. The fire increase is yet to be determined. 2021 represents the third year of a 4-year collective bargaining agreement for both AFSCME and the police department. And as you know, we are currently negotiating the fire contract with the goal of having a final contract by the end of this year. Temporary employees now receive the hourly rate increase of the 2021 living wage, which will be $13.29 in 2021. And again, council members and the mayor, as I mentioned in a previous slide, had deferred their market adjustments until 2020. Some brief highlights in category 1 personnel. Line 121 of that is FICA, the Federal Insurance Contribution Act, which remains at 7.65%. Line 122 is our Public Employee Retirement Fund, or PERF. The contribution for non-public safety employees is 14.2%, and for public safety, sworn public safety employees is 21.5%. PERF accounts include an employer contribution and an employee contribution. The city pays the employees portion for non-public safety employees, and that's at 3%. And for our public safety employees, the city pays 4 of the 6% required. Oops. Sorry, the city of Bloomington has been a member of the AIM Medical Trust since January 1st of 2011. And in 2010, there were 4 charter members of that trust, of the medical trust. It now has 48 member cities and towns and over 4,100 employees and total of 9,300 covered lives, including dependents. And the city continues to have a leadership role by serving as the medical trust board of trustees, serving on the board of trustees, and now also the underwriting committee. 2021 medical insurance renewal rate increased from the 2021 medical insurance rate is projected to be 10%. We get a placeholder from the medical trust each year, and the actual renewal rate will be determined later this year. We are holding off on any announcements until we have more information regarding our renewal rates. And as I'm sure you understand, there's still a lot we don't know about COVID-19 and how it will impact our health insurance claims. Finally, line 121 in category 1 of personnel is the $14,274, which is what we're currently budgeting for every employee who is benefit eligible. This figure shows the city's medical insurance rates compared to medical trend over the last 9 years. The third column is the amount of money the city saved each year by being a member of the medical trust. And if you assumed our rates would have at least been equal to medical trend, 10.5% or 12% in earlier years, the difference in dollars is calculated in the third column. And as you can see, our participation in the AIM Medical Trust continues to save the city money, are now calculating approximate savings of over $25 million. And we've also been able to provide consistent stability of our health insurance offerings to our employees, which is really important. And even though in 2019, we had a significantly higher annual renewal rate due to our catastrophic claims, our average annual renewal has been about 6%, still well beating medical trend. This next slide is a graphic representation of the previous slide. The red line shows medical trend. Give me just a second here. I've got something that popped up. This is a graphic representation of the previous slide. The red line is the medical trend. The blue line is the actual renewal rate by year. So, and you can see the city of Bloomington's renewal rate is in orange, and that's just a nice representation of the money we've saved and how we beat trend pretty much consistently except for 2019. The AIM Medical Trust has been very responsive to COVID-19 by adding additional mental health resources throughout this crisis. They've waived employee cost shares for COVID testing, test-related visits, and other treatments. And I really appreciate the support they've provided us during all of this. Dental and vision insurance, the dental plan remains self-funded and administered through a third-party administrator and network. The vision plan remains fully insured by a third-party administrator and network, and we do not anticipate any changes for 2021, nor we anticipate any cost increases. We've got locked-in rates on those. The next two slides list several other benefits that we offer our benefit-eligible employees. I will not read those to you, but I'll just give you a minute to take a look. And finally, this slide also shows some additional benefits we offer our employees. And I will emphasize the second slide has free flu shot program that we are emphasizing even more this year because of COVID-19. In conclusion of our compensation and benefits presentation, I would like to show you a sample benefit statement for a non-union employee who makes an annual base salary of $50,000. Insurance and wellness, a little over $14,000. Another $7,100 in PERF contributions and over $7,000 for paid time off, totals over $78,000. If you add another almost $4,000 paid on behalf of the employee for Social Security and Medicare, the total value of this employee's salary plus benefits is over $82,000. This concludes the presentation on 2021 compensation and benefits. I'm happy to take any questions at this time.
Thank you, Ms. Shaw. I think I would like to go ahead and do the budget for human resources and then just do questions about both, if that's all right with everybody.
That sounds great.
Okay, I can't see everybody, so if there's an objection, speak up. All right, Ms. Shaw, please go ahead with your departmental budget.
So this is the second of my two presentations this evening, and this one is the fiscal year 2021 human resources budget. I would just like to begin by saying that I frequently say to our team in HR and to others that the City of Bloomington's HR department exists to serve our employees. Every employee, and I just want to also add that employees are trying to figure out how to care for their children, themselves, and their loved ones while working in an environment with new protocols, in some cases, new ways of working. This is all related to the pandemic we're all living through. And despite this, city employees continue doing excellent work. I see employees supporting one another, coming up with solutions to new needs, and embracing flexibility. And it's because of these employees that Bloomington continues to be such a great place to live. I'm so grateful for our talented and dedicated people. So we recognize that our employees are our greatest asset, and that by supporting them, we directly provide the quality services that our residents deserve. By utilizing innovative best practices in human resources management, the Human Resources Department exists to create a positive, productive, and inclusive work environment that attracts, retains, and develops talents in order to accomplish organizational goals. The department does this by implementing effective recruitment strategies, offering programs to increase employee engagement, managing systems to improve performance and promote employees' professional development, advising leaders on management issues and organizational development, and providing services related to benefits and payroll functions, and maintaining systems to remain compliant with federal and state laws. This is our photograph of our HR team, the same photograph we had last year. We have 6 employees in HR, and we're asking for additional part-time resources for 2021. That's the 0.6 in the mayor's announcement. Major responsibilities include benefits management, record administration, hiring coordination, and employee relations support. Our major past initiatives include coordinating a 360 feedback assessment for our managers, which we then followed up with small group coaching sessions and implementing an applicant tracking software early in 2017, which has helped significantly reduce paperwork, as you might imagine. And an unforeseen bonus is that 70% An unforeseen benefit of this software is it's been tremendous helping us during the pandemic. We're trying to not have interactions with people. We have this great software that employees and others continue to apply for jobs. We coordinated the mayor's initiative to conduct organizational assessments for every city department, and we're still working on that. So COVID-19 shifted our priorities, and as you might imagine this year, as you'll hear that from many of my colleagues, in March, we developed a team to address employee safety and plan for staffing issues and consider other issues that could arise. The team became known as the Continuity of City Government Team, or COCG, and we had to quickly figure out how to implement and manage paid leave afforded under the Families First Coronavirus Response Act. We coordinated with risk management to determine phone screening and contact tracing processes if employees were symptomatic, and some of our 2020 goals have been delayed or canceled due to COVID-19 precautions. However, the next 3 slides, I'll briefly highlight our 2020 goals. Conducting year 3 of organizational assessments, reducing staff hours, and improving accuracy and reducing the city's risk by outsourcing FMLA. We're almost done with that. I'm very excited about that project. And other 2020 goals include increasing employee awareness of policies and procedures and maintaining or improving compliance with city policies and federal, state, and local laws. Being present and accessible to all city employees, regardless of where they work, and improving department head satisfaction rates. And finally, just to highlight a few of our other 2020 goals, we continue to focus on implicit bias training for all employees, also challenged by the pandemic. We're about to go online with that sort of training, do it virtually for the most part. Implement and refine the supervising training program that addresses training needs with a video orientation for new supervisors and subsequent quarterly workshops. We continue to review our employee benefits every year to make sure our benefits package has the best balance between cost, quality of coverage, and customer service. We've reorganized our programs this year into 4 categories. The first program is staffing. That's pretty self-explanatory. We oversee the hiring process. We try to conduct very fair processes, and we communicate and orient new hires, so we consult with department heads on staffing concerns. And we provide support to the Job Evaluation Committee. Our goals for this program this coming year, are increasing the diversity number of highly qualified candidates in our applicant pools by 15% for certain vacancies by the end of the year, through more strategic marketing tactics and improving our support to hiring managers and strategies to ensure a positive experience for candidates. Ensuring staff safety and continuity of social services, coordinating the completion of a communicable disease plan by the end of the first quarter of 2021, and completing the final phase of organizational assessments by the end of the year. Compliance is our second program. Our goals for that include better complying with retention and destruction laws and creating a document index or an organizational plan by Q2 in order to facilitate implementation of the document management system, which we're all very excited about, and training at least 75% of our managers in the hiring process and administration of the Family Medical Leave Act and American Disabilities Act. Employee relations, again, is a big part of what we do, and goals for 2021, including an FAQ for payroll and timekeeping issues, a template for disciplinary action and other job aid tools for managers, and completing in-person implicit bias training for all city employees by the end of the year. We continue to take necessary steps to improve department head satisfaction measured by surveys. And our final program is compensation, benefits, and employee development. Goals for 2021 include developing and implementing an outcomes-based employee wellness program that supports increase in annual physicals by 5 percentage points by the end of Q3, and again, reviewing our employee benefits package. We're constantly looking at that. Serving employees by the end of Q4 to make sure they're pleased with how the open enrollment process went that year. This next slide is highlighting our budget highlights. Category 1 is personnel services, and that has actually gone down by -21% or $174,000. That's largely because this budget, you probably remember hearing me talk about this in prior years, that this budget included the placeholder for the market adjustments for our non-union employees. And this year I do not have that placeholder because that holder because that has been completed. So our budget decreases significantly. It does go up a bit for the additional part-time FTE that we've requested, which is about $52,000 as our estimates. And then in category 2, our budget has also dropped to 2360 or by 54%. And that's because last year we bought some hardware, both for a position in our department and also a workstation for candidates who come in to apply for jobs. And there are no changes to our category 3. This next slide is our human resources budget summary. That's a drop in from our controller's office, and that just shows how it's changed over the last 4 years. And finally, thank you for consideration of the Human Resources 2021 budget request, and I'm happy to answer any questions at this time regarding this presentation or the first one I did. Thank you all.